You want to check if it's working?
Oh yeah. Well, can you put it on unlisted or something? You don't want to stream before anything happens.
Looking to build a chatbot for your website?
Unlisted.
Huh?
Go to unlisted. Oh, I see the stream. Yeah, it's working.
Okay.
I'll put it on my headphones so you can keep see what happens. But it is live, so be careful.
Looking to build a chatbot for your website?
I'm not. Okay. Alright. Let me know in the chat if you guys can hear me. Alright, I'm going to give everyone a couple seconds, guys, and then I will answer your questions. Alright. I'm gonna send one more reminder out and alright. So first question. I'm gonna go with, what is my schedule? Okay, that's a good question. So, I don't know who you are, so I'm going to pick a random team here, and we'll go off that. So let's say over here that you are Arkansas. We'll go with that. So, Arkansas is going to play these 7 other teams in their conference, right? That's normal. We're going to set it up, conference schedule. And then Arkansas is also, as long as these divisions stay, which I think they're going to be pretty similar, they're going to play SMU, Oregon State, and UCF. They're going to play their row as not 3 of their non-conference games. That's the same for everyone except for Group of 4. So if you're in Group of 4, ignore me right now. I'll get to you guys later. So Purdue is going to play Pittsburgh, Boise State, and West Virginia. They're non-conference. That's going to get you guys to 10 user games across Division 1, 2, and 3. So you guys have 2 non-conference games left. You're going to be able to schedule those. We're going to send out a form, and you can pick a team that's not in your conference, obviously, but you can pick any team in Division 2 that you want to play if they agree. So if we're going to go back to Arkansas, and you say you want to play Louisville, and they agree with you, you'll send that form in, and we'll add them to your schedule. That'll be a user game. Now, if you don't want to play someone in your division, let's say you kind of want a couple easy games to start your season off, you can schedule any team that's not in your division. You can pick Boston College for Arkansas. It's going to be a CPU game. Hopefully that makes it a little easier for you to kind of get your first 2 games, play the game a little bit in the league, get a win. But unless they're in your division, they're obviously not going to be a user game. But that gives you guys the opportunity to get 2 games that you can either schedule up, hopefully get recruiting up if you're a lower team, schedule a Michigan, schedule a Georgia. Or if you're a Division 1 team, you got a terribly hard schedule, you want to schedule a G4 team, that's totally fine too. So that's the format we're going with for everyone in Division 1 through 3. Group of 4 is a little bit different. This is all one conference here, right here, right? And then, so this is one dynasty, and this is another dynasty. So this is actually going to be a division of the conference, and then this is going to be the other division of the conference. So I think this is North MAC, and this is South MAC. I don't remember what we called it. Anyway, we're going to basically, whatever the maximum number of conference games we guys can give you, that's what we're going to do. If it's 10, you're going to get 10 random games in your conference over here. And then, again, it's going to kind of be the same thing. However many non-conference you have left, we're going to give you guys the option to pick those. So if you want to play someone in your dynasty, I don't know if it's going to let you since everyone in your dynasty is in your conference, but you can schedule 2 computer games. That's a great opportunity for you guys lower schools to go play a D2 team, even a D3 team. Get your prestige up, build up. So that's how that works, the scheduling. If you have any more scheduling questions, let me know, but that's the basic overview of how that's going to go. So you're going to get 10 user games, which is more than almost every other league, with the possibility of up to 12. Alright, the other question I see is, if I am D4, can I make the playoffs? Okay, great question. So let me explain the playoffs then, because you guys are all probably wondering, with this many people, how are we doing playoffs? So, for Division 1 through 3, you have 4 divisions here. It's the 12-team playoff this year, so there are 5 auto bids for conference winners. So for everyone, whoever wins their conference, you're going to the playoffs, alright? So for Division 1, obviously that's going to be simple, but you may be asking, okay, down here, how do we get the winner of this conference to not get outbid by these conferences? So in Division 3, we're going to basically combine that into one conference, that's a conference, that's a conference, that's a conference, okay? And we're basically, unless you guys are playing those teams, all the computer versus computer games, we're going to kind of force record all of them to like 6 and 6. So all the conference winners down here will be ranked higher than every team above them. That's kind of the idea. So there'll be 1 auto bid outside of here, because the 5th auto bid is a conference winner. But in theory, Division 1 through 3, you guys should get 11 out of 12 playoff teams as users. So that's kind of the plan there. For Group of 4, unfortunately, just because of how it's set up, there's no way that we're going to be able to get you guys in the 12-team playoff, I don't think. There's a chance that if you win the conference, maybe. But basically, if you're in Group of 4, you're going to have a conference championship, the winner of this division and the winner of this division, and then the other one, the winner of this division versus this division. Your conference championship is going to be treated like the national championship. So that's kind of how playoffs work. Again, when we get our hands on the game, we're going to be testing this. We're going to be making sure that this all works. And if not, we'll let you guys know. But that's the plan. What other questions do we got? Yeah, do we get to pick out of conference games? Yeah, I told you get to schedule 2 of those. Can you repeat what you said about Division 4 teams playing other divisions? Yeah, so what I just said was Division 4, this is all a conference, and this is your dynasty. So that's one dynasty, and then this other Group of 4 is a separate dynasty. Because there's slightly more than 32 teams, so we couldn't put you all in one. But yeah, so you're going to play as many conference games in Group of 4 as we can get you to, and then you pick your other 2 games to schedule. Yep, so if you schedule a game that's outside of your division, obviously it's going to have to be a computer game, because they're not in there with you. That may be a good thing for you, if you think the computer's easy. It looks like the computer's pretty tough, so I would not recommend scheduling a higher tier team unless you really need it. But yeah, that's how the scheduling works. What other questions you guys got? Anything from scheduling to stats to coaching carousel. I got all the answers, hopefully. Yeah, Division 1's gonna be brutal though, guys. I'm gonna be real with you guys. No one's going undefeated, I don't think. Not with that schedule. I mean, like, let's look at Georgia's schedule. They play Alabama, Tennessee, LSU, Ole Miss, Auburn, Florida, Mississippi State, Ohio State, Oregon, and Texas. So, yeah. It's just gonna be tough. That's all I can say. Hugo. Yes, you asked if 2 teams from separate divisions scheduled to play each other will on both. Great question. So if you're in Division 1 and you're LSU, let's say, and you want to play Miami, since they're in a different division, you don't have to agree with Miami to play them since it's out of your division. So if you guys agree to both play each other, it's going to be a CPU game for both of you. But if you guys want to, but the only one that you have to agree with the other person is if they're in your division. So that's how it works. So theoretically, LSU could play Miami, BYU could play Miami. We're just giving you guys a little bit of flexibility. If you have a rivalry game that's not in your dynasty, there's a couple like Washington State. That's where you guys can still play each other as CPU, so at least kind of keep some of that history there. So we're giving you a lot of flexibility there. Yeah, if you win if you're, I think Corey, you're saying if you're in group of 4, I don't think it's gonna put you in the playoffs. Maybe there's a chance, but it's not really gonna matter because the rest will be CPU. So group of 4 is just a weird one, but across all 134 teams, we're hoping to have about 36 playoff teams, which we think is a pretty good rate. Who all is in Division 3? Yeah, let me show you. This is all Division 3, so that's everyone that's gonna be in your dynasty. I see you're asking how do user v user games, how do you weigh those? You want to clarify that question? I'm not sure exactly what you're asking. Do we create our coaches at the start of the dynasty? Yeah, I don't think there's an option because their coaches aren't in the game. So yeah, we're going to have everyone, you have to start as a coach, not a coordinator. But yeah, you can create your coach with whatever scheme you want, whatever appearance, we really don't care. How does relegation work? That is a great question. I'm glad somebody asked. Let me switch over to somewhere where I can show you. Alright, we'll look at the PS5 sheet because I think it will be easier for you guys to see. Alright, so how does relegation work? So these preseason predictions are subject to change, FYI. But this is kind of based off ESPN FPI and a little bit of your team overall. But in your conference, say the SEC, you're going to be predicted to finish somewhere in that conference, okay? So let's say you are Georgia. You are predicted to finish first. If you finish second, you're safe. If you finish third, you're safe. If you finish fourth or lower, you are going to be fired because you have to finish within 2 of your prediction. So anything farther than 2 away from where you predicted, you're going to get fired. Now, just because you're fired doesn't mean that you're going to necessarily lose your team. So if Georgia's fired, what we're going to do is we're going to look at everyone else who was promoted. So what does that mean by being promoted? You get promoted the same way, just the other way. So if you finish 3 spots higher than where you were predicted, you're going to get promoted. Or if you win the conference championship 2 times in a row or 2 out of 3 years. If you're promoted, you're not forced to move unless you win the conference championship back-to-back years. So if you're like Army or somebody and you get promoted but you really want to stay, you can stay as long as you don't win back-to-back or 2 out of 3 years. But let's say Army gets promoted and Georgia gets fired. Does that mean Army gets Georgia? No. We're going to look at who the next closest team to Georgia is. So it could be an SEC school. If somebody got promoted here and fired here, if Florida requested, we had you on that form fill out 1 team in each conference that you wanted to move up in. If they selected Georgia, they're able to. But if they didn't select Georgia, they can't move up. So that way we don't have 14 teams trying to go up. So that's kind of how it works. You can get promoted and relegated out of your dynasty. So at the end of the year, we'll move everyone else around. That's kind of the basic version. There'll be an email going out probably tomorrow with a little more detail and structure, and we'll explain it throughout the way. But that's kind of the process we've settled on. We're going to turn in-game coach firing off because we don't know how the AI is going to work there, and we kind of want to have control over that. But that's kind of that. I hope that kind of answered your question. All right, so Upside Look clarified his question. If you go undefeated playing all your games in your division against users, is that better than playing against computer teams in higher divisions? So you're only going to have 2 of those games where you potentially could play people in higher divisions, but to make the playoffs, you just have to guarantee the playoffs, you just have to win your conference. So technically those out-of-conference games don't matter. So I would really recommend, there's no reason to schedule anyone harder. Like, just take the free wins, unless you're focusing on recruiting and you want to try and pull recruits that way. But I would definitely say it's better to win the user games and then schedule easy CPUs, then win the 2 CPU games and lose your conference. Because if you lose your conference, you can't make the playoffs. Can Vanderbilt make the playoff, and can I use a custom playbook? I am pretty sure on the custom playbook the answer is going to be yes. Don't quote me on that. I think we're going to kind of ask you guys once to declare your playbook when the season starts, and you kind of got to rock that for the year, just kind of to simulate a little bit real life. And also, not everyone's changed any kind of glitchy stuff. But after the season, you can totally reevaluate that. And then, can Vanderbilt make the playoffs? Yeah, Vanderbilt can make the playoffs. If they win their conference, they're going to be guaranteed a spot in the playoffs in Division II. Or they could get, if they're within the top 12 of the college football rankings, they also make the playoffs. So it's just going to be like real life. You can make the playoffs, but the only way to guarantee is to win your conference. Where are you going to post the preseason predictions? Yeah, great question. So all these spreadsheets you're seeing here, this is one for stacking, for where you can see your stats, and then this is going to be where you can see. That's going to be sent out to you guys and shared so you guys can view it. That's going to be something that we're hopefully going to be working on this week. And we're going to be getting that shared with you, and we're going to give you videos on how to use it. It's super simple stuff. It's not hard. But we are looking for people to help us with that, so if you have any kind of knowledge or interest, feel free to DM me. But yeah, you'll get all this information, and you'll be able to see it, and yeah, you'll know what your preseason prediction is and where you got to finish. Yeah, so you guys who are asking about trading teams, all that I'm asking is if you have somebody that wants your team and you take their team, that's the only way you can trade teams. So they both have to agree, and you're just going to let me know, hey, we're trading teams. I'll switch you guys on the list, and you guys can do that up until Monday at 4 p.m. When the game drops, you're locked in your team, and that's kind of how that works. Steel Shaper, I don't know what team you are. You asked if I want to play Notre Dame. So if Notre Dame's not in your dynasty, in your division, if you're not in D1 and you want to play Notre Dame, you don't have to agree with them because it's a CPU game. They can play whoever they want. If they're in your dynasty, if you're Clemson and you want to play Notre Dame, you two have to agree since it's going to happen in that dynasty. Can we recruit? Of course you can recruit. We can't edit recruits, so each dynasty is going to have separate recruiting. But yeah, totally. And we're going to be hopefully tracking that along with you guys. I'm super pumped to see how recruiting is going to go, especially in like Division 1. Like that's going to be crazy having the 32 of the best teams competing for recruits. Doesn't the winner get a prize of the divisions? Maybe. I can't officially say. I may know the answer. I may not be allowed to say, but I'd encourage you to try and win your division and get to the Select Talent National Championship. That's all I'm going to say. We got big things planned for you guys, but can't really spoil that yet. How do I move up to a better division? Yeah, so like we said, if you finish 3 spots higher than what you're predicted, that is how you can get promoted. It doesn't mean you're going to. Like we said, it depends who you selected on your form, but if you want to guarantee to move up, win 2 conference championships in a row, or win 2 out of 3, and you are forced out. You're too good for that as a dynasty. And the reason we're kind of doing that promotion relegation system is for 2 reasons. 1, to incentivize you to win or to not lose. And 2, it simulates real life, so you don't get to stay at the program forever. If you suck for many years, you're going to get fired. And then 3, we're hoping that by the end of the season, the whole year, we come around in 11 months, we're hoping that Division 1 has our 32 best users, and then your next 32. That way that the gameplay also balances out, because it's not going to be fun if the best user's down here with all you guys. That's not going to be fun for you, and it's not going to be hard for you. So you asked if you're promoted to a higher division, you'd have to lose all the coaching abilities you've earned. Yeah, that's a great question. We don't know how that's going to work. Obviously, you're going to lose the abilities. If we can edit the coaches, we'll totally give you everything that you had. That's fair. But if not, there's nothing we can do about that. So we're going to see. I think there's a chance we can edit the coaches tree, but if not, it's just going to be a challenge, and it's a little bit like real life. You're going to go to a better program, so you are going to be better at recruiting automatically. So it's not like you're getting totally floor lined, but yeah, it's going to be tough when you move up. What other questions we got? what is the difficulty level for D4? I don't know if you're asking what game difficulty we're playing on, or if you're just asking how hard is it going to be. If you're asking what gameplay difficulty we're playing on, I don't think that's been officially decided. I'm guessing it's going to be one step below Heisman. That's going to be my initial guess. But again, we have to kind of play the game and figure that kind of stuff out because it is a new game that we just haven't played in a while. So there's a chance that Heisman's super easy and that's what we're going to play on. But if not, we might go down. If you're talking about competition, then I don't know. I think every division at the beginning is going to be just as hard because we don't have the best users up here and the worst down here. Eventually that might happen, and this will be a little bit easier. But if not, no, I think every division is going to be hard. If you want a couple that I think you should keep your eye on throughout the year, I think this division right here it's for sure the hardest team overall wise out of Division 3 in total. So that's one that I'd keep my eye on. This Pac-12 down here is going to be brutal. Colorado is in D2. We decided to keep them there for a couple reasons, but mainly because a lot of their teams are there. So yes, they're going to be higher overall, but that just means Colorado's going to have a target on their back. So yeah, and I think D1 is. I mean, you're going to want to tune in to all the content we push out for this. It's going to be crazy. Upsets every week for sure, and just a lot of fun. Sorry, once I win the Natty, can I get a championship ring? I don't know. Like I said, I don't know. I can't tell you. I feel like if I recruited a crazy team, I'm not leaving. Yeah, I mean, I know a lot of people like that. You get a team down here. Some people want to rebuild. A lot of people want to rebuild. That's kind of a lot of people. That's the point. So yeah, totally. You can stay down there until you start completely dominating. You're not getting booted out. What else we got? So are all the teams on our schedule user controlled unless we play up? Okay, so Ronald, you want to drop me what team you are and I can give you your exact schedule just to kind of help you see it. So just tell me what team you are in the chat and I got you. Okay, so on the 15th, can we start doing the Dynasty? No, it probably won't be the 15th. These are going to be really rough. They're just going to take a while to set up. We got to set up 5 Dynasties for Xbox, 5 Dynasties for PS5. We got to redo the conferences, redo the schedules. We also have to test before that. So probably that weekend, I'm guessing, is when we'll get you guys in. But yeah, just keep your email open, guys. Keep your Discord mentions on. We don't really want to take 10 things to get ahead of you. Like, we shouldn't have to DM you a bunch of times. You don't have to answer it like within an hour, but just keep stuff open because we kind of want to be able to contact you. All right. Next question. When does the league start? We're starting July 28th. How often are advancements? Yeah, so our schedule is going to be Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday is going to be a week. Wednesday is going to be an off day, and that's when we're going to have our social media stuff. We're going to have our version of Sports Night, Sports Center on there on Wednesdays. And then Thursday, Friday, Saturday is going to be week 2, and that's going to repeat. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday is week 3. So you have 3 days to recruit, and then you're going to have an off day in between. So it's a lot of time to be able to schedule and then recruit. What other question we got? Okay, so you're Boston College. Okay, I see that. So here's your schedule, Boston College. You're going to play these 7 other teams here in your conference. Then you're going to play, as of right now, Louisiana Lafayette, Miami, Ohio, and San Diego State Air Force in South Florida, because they're on your row. And then you'll get to schedule 2 non-conference games. You can either agree with someone in here to play, or you can pick any other team outside of that. And if you pick outside your division, that's going to be a CPU game. When will this sheet be available to the public? I'm not sure. Hoping this week, if I get a lot of help this week. If not, for sure this weekend. We just got a couple of things to figure out. But yeah, we'll get that to you. We'll make sure you guys have access. Like I said, we'll get a video showing you how to do all that. Can you... okay, yeah, I can show you guys some of your schedules so you guys kind of understand. San Jose State. Okay, so you're going to be playing California, BYU, Fresno State, SDSU, Tulsa, Utah State, Colorado State, and then Louisiana Lafayette, App State, Miami, Ohio, and then whatever 2 games you schedule. TCU, yeah, sure. TCU, you're going to play Baylor, Oklahoma State, Kansas State, Texas A&M, Missouri, me, Texas, Washington, Northwestern, Florida.
Shop Kroger for over 30,000 mouthwatering
What else we got?
Savings beyond low prices.
Yeah, I'll do one more
Like
schedule.
digital
New
coupons
Mexico.
worth over
Where is New
$600
Mexico?
each week, and up to $1
Yeah, so New
off
Mexico,
per
that
gallon.
is one that I can't
More
guarantee.
savings and
It's
more
going to be
inspiring flavors make Kroger
conference
better every
games.
time.
If we can
Kroger,
set 10
fresh
conference
for
games, you'll play
everyone.
10 teams in
Delicious
here.
Save big on your
If it's 8, you'll play 8. But since there's more than that many teams, I can't tell you exactly. But you'll probably play a lot of these teams and some of those, and then however many games we have scheduled. Wins advance, yeah. So like we said, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday is a week. Wednesday is our media day. Thursday, Friday, Saturday is a week, and then we just rinse and repeat. Kansas, yeah, sure, we can do Kansas. Ooh, where's Kansas? They're gonna be Kansas. Okay, so you got Texas Tech, UCF, South Carolina, West Virginia, Iowa State, Cincinnati, and Memphis. So that's gonna be your schedule, and then you're gonna play Arizona, Louisville, Kentucky in your non-conference, and then whatever 2 games you schedule. Can Tier 1 move up? So I'm assuming, do you mean can a Division 1 team move up? What team are you, Justin? If you tell me what team you are, I can kind of run you through what that would look like for you. Is there a certain day we have to play our game? No. We actually did think about that idea of like all these teams, we like give you guys, but no. You just gotta schedule with your opponent within a 3-day window. Just agree on a time. We're gonna guys show you a little bit of a process on how you can schedule it in the Discord, and then everyone can kind of see when you're playing and go view. But yeah, and if you guys can't work out a time, you guys just don't work. Unless somebody doesn't show up, it's gonna be a simmed game. So no, it's not like if you guys know schedule, you guys there's no worries about that. But no, just play within that 3-day window. TCU, perfect. So I believe TCU is predicted to finish 7th in their conference by us. It could change, but you could move up if you finished in first, second, third, or fourth in your conference. That doesn't mean you're going to. So if you finish 4th, you are up to be promoted. So if any team above this line pretty much gets fired and you had them on your list of teams that you wanted to move up to, you got to pick 1 per conference, then you would move up to them. But if not, like if Texas got fired but they weren't on your list, you don't move up. Now if you win your conference championship back to back, then you could, but I don't even know where you would go up. You're going to be the best team. But yeah, Tier 1, a lot of these, it's probably going to be pretty hard to move up because there's just not a lot of teams to move up. But you technically can. What has MSU predicted? I'm happy to say they are predicted last as a Michigan fan. So you really can't get fired. Yeah, if you're predicted 7th or 8th, you can't really get fired. So it helps for the rebuilds. We're not going to punish you for being the worst team and then finishing last. That's kind of what is Kansas predicted. Again, all these predictions are subject to change, so it might change. But let me go see what Kansas is predicted. They're in Division 2. I think Kansas is predicted to finish 1st in their conference. So you got a pretty big expectations there. Yeah, so you got to finish 1st, 2nd, or 3rd. Yeah. Oh, you want to take them from me? Honestly, I'd be okay with that. I'm not. My kind of game plan is not wide set Oklahoma. I'm a big run guy and play defense, so there's a good chance I just don't do well with Oklahoma. Not really my style. What is the UTSA prediction? It's a great question. Let's see. UTSA. What division are they in? Where is UTSA? Am I just missing them? Let me see. Where did we put them? Oh, that's why. UTSA is predicted to finish first. Again, these are subject to change. Once we get the game and see all the overalls, there's a chance that some of these might change. But again, we'll let you guys know what that looks like for you guys well in advance. And every week you'll see a post kind of updating where you are. And so we'll kind of be able to track those games that really matter towards the end of the season, which is going to be pretty fun to follow. What is San Jose State? 5th as of right now. Mountain West is fun. I like this conference. It's going to be fun. So Wednesday, nobody will be able to play. It's asking. We would prefer those games not to be played on Wednesday because that's when we're going to be trying to record stuff. But if you guys can play on Wednesday, like for the week that's Sunday through Tuesday, and you guys are like, we can play on a Wednesday, yeah, we can totally hold that up for you guys to play, but it's really not preferred, and there's a chance you won't make it into that video that we're putting out, and I know everyone's going to want to be in there. But yeah, we're going to be flexible with you guys. It's not like a hard cutoff, so... Can we get the list for the predictions, or let me know what Old Dominion is? Yeah, like I said, we'll get you guys this list when it's finalized. We get the game Monday, and I know Matthew and I are going to be doing a ton of testing, but I will get you that prediction right now. Old Dominion, where are they? Old Dominion, it looks like they're predicted to finish 5th. Group of 4 is probably the most subject to change, just because these overalls could vary widely, but 5th, probably somewhere around that is where you'll be predicted. And Group of 4 is both divisions. It's your whole conference. So not just your division, but also your conference. If I can't stream the game, will I have no content? We really would prefer if everyone streamed. That's another thing I kind of want to talk about. One, because we want to get you guys content. But B, I've ran a ton of Madden leagues, so there's just a lot of cheesers. Or if a disconnect happens, we just want to be able to see what happened. And if it's not, it's kind of shady. But if not, if you can't stream, we can talk. You won't have no content, but it won't be as much. So, and I'll be again posting a video on how to stream, how to save that stream on Twitch, and then if you want, how to upload it to YouTube to keep it forever. That's gonna be the best way to get content is if you put it on YouTube. Yeah, I'll show you how to. I'll be putting that out in the email you should get tomorrow. Like I said, all this information will be put into an email. It's kind of a lot, so I keep changing stuff. Any more questions? I'm trying to think if we've not talked about anything. Do I have early access? Yes, I will be playing Monday at 4 p.m. Probably won't touch Dynasty the first day. I'm probably just going to play a whole lot, but Tuesday will be a lot of my Dynasty stuff. So if you're on Xbox, Jacob, you can actually stream right through the Xbox. You don't need anything else. You don't need a capture card. You don't need a camera. We don't even need a mic. It's super simple. There's nothing else required for it. But yeah, I can send you a link. I've gotten a ton of people set up. It's super simple on Xbox and PlayStation. But yeah, it's super easy. You don't need anything but your Xbox, which you have. So. All right, let me see if anyone DM me questions. I know I got a couple. Yeah, Bobo. I don't actually know. Let me see. Who are you? All right, this is you. Michigan State. So your schedule is going to be Ohio State, Penn State, Notre Dame, Michigan, Iowa, Wisconsin, Northwestern, Mississippi State, North Carolina, and Baylor. Really tough schedule for you. Yeah, I'm serious. Yeah, you can do it. Do you need any social media help? Yes. So if you go in the Discord right now, you should see, if you scroll up, you're going to see a channel called Social Media Application. You go there, you'll fill out a ticket, there's a couple questions, and we'll get back to you. I've had a couple really cool guys who have already done some stuff for us. We got some super talented guys in the league. I am not one of them. I'm not good with that kind of stuff. But yeah, if you guys want to help in any way, you could DM me. I'm probably going to ask you to hold off because I'm getting a ton of DMs. But yes, we're going to need conference commissioners, division commissioners. We're going to need a ton of stuff. So this league will not run itself without you guys. So yeah, you're definitely going to be able to help. Yeah, I'm from Michigan too, Jacob. Go Blue, baby. Any last questions? Did I get anything else? Figure 01. I already got you. Yeah, I think I got you your schedule, Kansas. But yeah, you guys kind of see with how the schedule works. Division 1 is just brutal. You're playing 10 top 40 teams pretty much. So yeah, it's not guaranteed that you're going to see, Ohio State it's just, you have 2 bad games, you could be out of your conference. You're from the Ann Arbor area? That's what's up. I'm about an hour and a half from the Ann Arbor area by Saginaw. What is Alabama's schedule? Yep, so you got Georgia, Tennessee, LSU, Ole Miss, Auburn, Florida, Mississippi State, Penn State, Florida State, Oklahoma. That's me. You get to play me. Super excited for that. I'm hoping that, I'd love to do it. I hope I get to play at Florida State and at Penn State. Those are 2 crazy stadiums. Even Alabama. Yeah, it's going to be... I don't know if you guys watched any gameplay today, but those home field advantages are not a joke. They're crazy. People, you couldn't see their buttons. You couldn't get an audible off. I mean, yeah, the game looks crazy, so... Any other questions? Trying to think. I can show you guys this. This is going to be the form you're going to fill out for stats. We're going to ask that the home team, after every game, fill this out. Or if it's a neutral site game or a playoff game, whoever wins. It's not that long. It's 5 minutes, and you're just going to go to this team stats page and just put in your passing yards, rushing yards. It's just super basic stuff. And the only reason we asked you to do it is because for the stuff that we want to provide you on social media, I'm not going to be able to see the stats in Division 2 because you only can have 32 people when it's filled up. So that's a way for us to combine all the dynasties, and that way you guys can see, yeah, you may be leading passing in your division, but are you overall, and just stuff like that. Super fun stuff for us, but it's going to take a little bit of work from you guys. And if you guys know what Neon Sports is, we're going to hopefully be adding that, and it'll do it automatically eventually. But that's not going to be out for probably a couple months. So for now, we got to do it the old-fashioned way of putting it all in. Was that my mom back in the background? Yeah, that was my mom. Yeah, I'm back home from college, so you know how it is. I'll tell her that. She'll get a good kick out of that. Slide to SVSU. I'll give you some tickets. I play them this year. That's what's up. Yeah, I've been to Saginaw Valley a lot, actually. I know. I got a lot of friends that go there. You might have to hit me up, Justin. That'd be kind of dope. Jacob said he's coming for that Kentucky job. Any final questions? I can give you guys a quick preview of what your stat sheet will look like. So you'll be able to see who your opponent is, what their record is, the score, just some basic stuff. So if you're not at your Xbox, you can still come on here and see. And then you'll be able to see your stats from each week. You can see your season stats, your average stats. So again, just a way for you to kind of see stuff. I know some people, there are a lot of real coaches we have in here that love to do kind of film study and look at trends. And so this is going to be a great way for you to kind of simulate that in real life. So, but yeah, this will all get sent to you guys this week. I think I'll kind of slowly scroll through this if anyone doesn't know what team they got, but yeah, it should be super fun. The draft was interesting, I won't lie. There were some surprises. TCU went 121. They went super late. Kansas State at 106. So, yeah, that was super cool to see. It took forever to record, but I know some of you guys were disappointed. Felt like it was rigged. I promise you it wasn't. I didn't really want Oklahoma, but yeah, so I'm super excited. It seems like that's all the questions we got, unless somebody has a last-second one. But yeah, definitely keep your emails open, keep your mentions open. We'll have a ton of information going out, and a lot of opportunities for you to help, kind of like we said. So you lucked out. You could look at it that way, or you could look at it as a way to grow that program and build up. It'll be way more satisfying when you get to the D1 team than just by pulling it. Plus, it also means you could win all your games, whereas I think up here in Division 1, I don't think that's possible. So, It's that last 2 weeks of conference play up there is just going to be so rough. If USC isn't active in the league until July 16th, can you have his team? I don't know. We'll see. We do have a slight wait list, so they would get priority. But if the wait list dries up, we might do a redraft for a couple teams. But we really want to stay away from the redrafts just because it's a lot of work and it doesn't usually keep retention. People just all enter to hopefully get a different team. So if you're the one that got TCU at 121, yeah, that's crazy. I just kept watching and nobody had put them. No, I don't think anyone put them in their top 5 teams. I went back and looked and I don't think I saw it. So it's kind of crazy. Yeah, the Big 12 was definitely the least picked. Most picked was Ohio State, LSU, Colorado. The basics. Getting all these DMs about team trading. Good to hear. Any last questions? If you guys want to play me on Monday, I'd be down for that, or Tuesday, or whenever. Beats playing somebody random, so if you do, just hit me up. You just traded your team for $20, that's what's up. I don't know if you did, but just DM me about that trade. Have both of you guys DM me, just so I can keep track of it, but $20. Hope it was a lower tier team, because I saw $100 falling around for some of the higher tier teams. Will we be playing all users every week, or will every week will we play CPU? Good question. So you probably won't hear for the scheduling. So the first, I think it's gonna, I don't know, 4 weeks are non-conference for us. So your non-conference will be whoever's in your row. So three of those weeks will be user games, and then you schedule the other 2. So if you pick someone in your dynasty and they agree, then they won't be computer games. But if you pick someone down here and you're up here, they'll be computer games. So you have a minimum of 10 user games, which is great because in any other league I don't think there's a way to get any more than that, with still keeping the structure. So, but yeah, you'll get to play at least 10 user games, which I think is great. And those 2 computer games, I would probably pick lower tier teams because the computer looked kind of crazy. I won't even lie. So. Any other questions? Got a ton of trades. Yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to think. I think G4 is going to be fun to keep track of because, like, we may have somebody predicted at 1, but yeah. And if you're down here, I don't know how much getting fired is actually going to do. You know? Like, it's going to be hard to even... There's nowhere to go down, really. Fireball is here to help. I think he meant Fireball is here to help with an exclamation point. But, yeah. Fireball is... he's on the PS5 side and he kind of runs the whole thing, so that's who he is. He's got SMU in their dynasty and he is more than pumped to roll with them. But if we don't got any other questions, I'm going to end it here and kind of get to work on sending some of those emails out and getting stuff coordinated. But all in all, I think the draft went really well. Minor hiccups. At least you guys didn't see any. We had some. Someone's power went out. The other guy's power went out when we were recording. Audio didn't record one time, so you didn't get to have to see that. That's why we pre-recorded it, because if we went live, the whole thing took almost 4 hours, and so you thought this was long. It was way longer originally. So, but yeah, thank you guys for tuning in. And if you have any more questions, DM me. Put them in the chat. Yeah, so I will talk to you guys later.